House to Home, brought to you by Remax Diamond Realty.
Welcome back, everybody. This is House to Home, and right now on KUAM.com you can find a really intriguing article that tells you that if a real estate deal is too good to be true, then it probably is. Believe it or not, there's a lot of fraud that goes on, people copying legitimate listings and trying to make a buck very unfairly off of legitimate, nice, and very, very honest realtors like my good friend Liz Duenas and her colleagues at Remax Diamond Realty Guam. So Liz Hoffaday, welcome back.
Hoffaday, thank you for having us.
Okay, so we always talk about the positive side of real estate, what a wonderful career it makes for you and your colleagues and your friends. But this is not one of those segments. This is people like trying to scam good, honest Guamanians. So
That's right.
What are you seeing?
Well, for example, if we have a listing for rent for $2,200, we've heard situations where you go on Craigslist and it's listed for $800, and we've had actually renters who call the number and believe that the person they're talking to is the owner of the property. So we had a situation where we had a property for rent. It was listed, it's legitimately listed, and some guy was breaking the lock, ready to move in. And the agent finally said, "Wait a minute, what are you doing?" He says, "Well, the owner says you're not the agent anymore. I'm ready to move in. He told me to remove the lock. I paid him my $600 or $800, and it's mine. I'm renting it for the next year or so." And so we'd have to explain to them, "Sorry, you're not talking to the owner. The person you contacted is not the owner." And so we've had situations like this, or we go on to Craigslist and we see our listings listed for such a low price. I personally have had people call me saying, "Hey, I saw your listing on Craigslist. It's listed for $600. And I would say, it sounds too good to be true for a property that's 2,000 square feet of living space. It's too good to be true.
So be wary.
Be wary, and do not send them your monies. And people have sent them monies.
And this is yet another reason why people need to go to licensed realtors like yourself.
Exactly, exactly. I've even had a situation where online I got an email saying, "We want to buy this property, we're paying cash." So, of course, he says, "I deposited X amount of money in the bank, $99,000. And yes, and I'm checking with escrow, did the monies come in? But the monies that came in appeared to be fraudulent. It wasn't a real check. So luckily they kept checking. And as it turned out, he sent me a passport copy of his, a copy of his passport. And it turned out it was bogus. It was fraudulent.
Okay, so for people either that have unfortunately gotten duped, and if anybody out there has fallen victim to this, sorry. That's very, very unfortunate.
Right.
Who can they report these two? Because they obviously are a crime, and is there an actual legal definition of this? It's under false pretenses.
They could go to the AG's office and report it under the consumer division, but the question is what can be done, because it's something that's done online. Now, the only advice I give is if it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Call the agent, ask more questions. Why is the property listed in online with the real estate office for X amount, and it's really lower in comparison on Craigslist or any other online site?
Now, if I'm shopping around for a place to rent and I see somebody that has that kind of thing, regardless of wherever I get it from, since you are a licensed realtor, do I have the right to ask you, just as a matter of checking out your credentials and everything, can I get your is it like a license number?
Yes,
or a badge number?
we have a license number.
With like police officers, you can say, can I see your badge number?
Right, we do have a license number. We also have ID cards now. There was a period back where the ID machine at Rev & Tax was broken. So now I've seen other agents come in with new ID cards. So we have to go back and make sure we get our IDs printed.
So we have no idea what types of punishment there are for people that engage in this
and I know the federal government is coming up with some guidelines with internet fraud. I don't know to what degree can they actually track them down.
Yeah, hopefully this isn't that big of a problem. I mean, if it's affected any Guamanians, that's very, very sad.
We had, like I said, we've had people who've come in and said, "We paid so-and-so, and how do we get our money back?" what do you do at that point?
Yeah,
Best thing to do is do not send any money off island.
that's the very best. And ladies and gentlemen out there, if you see a property in Tumon for like 25 bucks a month, don't go for it. Go give Liz a call. And what's your number again, Liz?
687-0911.
Outstanding. And Liz will set you straight, and she'll give you a honest price and a good deal as always. And you know, it's going to be a little bit closer to actual market value. Stay tuned. We're back after this.